How's the perspective? I tend to do like this. So I should probably like move the camera, right?
Well, if you want to lean over there, then I can move over closer to you and you can do your slouch thing.
Well, no, I have to, hold
So I'm
on.
saying, you move the camera.
Okay, hold on. Because I like to.
And I'll be against the strap the other way.
No.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. I
Yeah.
think. Oh,
I'm just checking the battery. Oh, the battery's like great.
oh,
Okay. It'll
Can
probably still cut off after like an hour though.
okay.
Anyway, hello. Hi everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? So this is a closer perspective. Just mainly because why not?
I don't know. Closer up. Yeah.
Why not? Okay. Hi everybody. Hi Cheryl from New York. How is New York? I don't know how the weather is. I'm guessing it's really not that
stormy
cold.
last week.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to DC. It's supposed to be moderate, temperate.
Like 70s? That is so strange. That's so weird. Hello, Greta. How are you? Ow. Okay. So, hi, everybody. Welcome to Imani.
I'm mother.
Show and my
and
mom.
your daughter.
Well, welcome
to Imani.
Welcome to Imani. So, as a usual reminder, don't forget to listen to my podcast, everyone else's favorite podcast, Old Magazine's one of their favorite podcasts, Imani State of Mind. Why is it called that? Because I'm Imani and I know a lot about minds and psychiatry. So you can subscribe and listen to past episodes on Imani State of Mind. You can also catch replays every Thursday on my Dr. Imani Instagram and also on Saturdays on the Imani State of Mind Instagram. That's every Saturday morning. Let me see. Still, the pilot was done for the new season of Imani State of Mind. We switched production companies, so we're just kind of ironing some things out. And then we can get started officially with the new season. Yeah. Hi, I'm Michelle Renee. How are you? How are you? Okay, so let's see. Oh wait, is today Grandma's birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, happy birthday, Grandma. She was a Scorpio, which makes so much more sense.
You mean regarding her behavior?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, people always talk really bad about Scorpios, like, oh God, Scorpios. I actually get along with Scorpios, but also I have Scorpio on my chart.
Well, whether you get along well with them or not has to do with your own sign. So everybody's.
Well, yeah, but it's not just your sign; it's your chart. That's what, like, you know. Mm-hmm. Apparently, my Venus is in Scorpio,
which produces that smile because
we're like, you know, like sexy vixens.
So the interpretation
with our clog platform gardening shoes on.
Oh my God.
No one can reduce the enticements of these gardening clogs. And holy t-shirts.
There's that too.
Well, it came like this because it's fashionable.
The interpretation of Scorpios being sex fanatics, right?
And, that's what and jealous and petty.
Hang on. The interpretation of them being sex fanatics has more to do with them being fanatics than sex fanatics. It has been perpetuated like the size of a black man's ding dong.
Okay. It's first of all, we don't use those words in my house. You have to say penis or you have to leave. We don't do the
schlong.
I'll accept that. Go ahead, because it's a funny word.
Okay. So
the ding dong. Stop.
So Scorpios and their sex drive is mythologized.
Right, but they're also like, petty.
Hang on, but I'm not there yet. Like, you know, what it really is that Scorpios will pick a thing and become fanatical about it, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be sex, but there will be a thing that Scorpios are fanatical about.
Sure, which can be like somebody who they believe wronged them, somebody that they might like, somebody. Look, I understand all of that. I get it. I mean, I like Scorpios. My best friend in high school was a Scorpio.
Who is
I
that?
have no Kathy.
Oh,
I have no problem. Like, I have no issues with Scorpios. I don't really understand why
I have
everybody.
many issues.
I'm just like,
My
I mean,
mother, Scorpio.
well, also you're like
My
a true
brother's birthday-
Virgo, and
my
like y'all
brother's
are
birthday
very
is coming up,
unflexible, and y'all don't
And
really like
he's a
to bend a whole lot.
he's a Scorpio.
I'm Capricorn, and then I'm Cancer. So I have a lot of like emotional, I'm like, you know what? If you're feeling things, then I can understand that. Whereas you're like, this is way too much. Get away from me.
Yeah, take you and your feelings and sit over there.
Right, and that's weird
I
because
keep
then
it
when
bothered.
you have it's just that when you have feelings and
I
you
keep them
want
to
to share,
myself.
right? But then you end up getting mad at people, which brings me also to something that I wanted to discuss with you is today. So, guess what?
What?
I am no longer on any type of antidepressant medication.
Oh,
I'm gonna clap for myself only because
your mother's clapping for you.
Well, first of all, I'm not even gonna go there right now. You were the same person who was like, you need to take some medication. I don't know.
Well, of course.
I don't know. So anyway,
Well, I'm hoping you're not taking any because you're feeling better.
What do you mean?
I'm hoping you're not taking any because you don't have a need to take it.
Yeah, but this is my point. My point is that I had to get to this point. So you know what I noticed today? Like this is what I mean, it's not like psychiatry. It's not it is not exclusive to psychiatry, but if you guys watch the video that was posted on my Instagram today, like my energy's low.
Oh.
Like my voice is like this, because that's how I felt. I was in the middle of a washout. So do I feel better now? Yes, but I had to go through all kinds of
purging.
Yeah, and it was not fun. But I did it for a couple of reasons. One is that I guess I was so happy that I was sad and just really not affected.
I supplied her with the cloth today.
I was so happy and not affected that I realized that, like, I guess gaining 10 pounds for no reason. I was just like, well, I'll figure it out. But when I told like other people, they were like, oh my God, like it would drive me crazy. Not just you, but other people.
Did I say it would drive me crazy?
You did.
I did not.
Yeah, you did. There's video evidence of this.
That I said if you gain 10 pounds?
No, if you took something and gained 10 pounds.
Oh.
Yeah, which, I mean, I was like, whatever, but I did notice that it was making me. So after, I want to say like 3 months, I did notice that it was making me gain weight, but I really wasn't tripping because it was COVID and we were all eating all kinds of weird things that we really.
I lost weight.
So
it had an opposite.
I know, but we're not talking about you right now.
Well,
we're not talking about you right now.
You said everybody gained weight in COVID. Everybody did not.
First of all, that's not true because you called me talking about, well, like I need some diet tips because I need to lose some weight.
When did I call you for diet?
Okay, your memory is so like I'm not even gonna go there with you.
I called you for diet tips?
Yes. This was like earlier this year. Anyway, back to what I was saying, since you want to try to upstage people. I love them. Anyway, no, because you got selective memory.
I have diabetes. I would not have called you for diet tips.
Okay, but you did though, is all that I'm trying to tell you. Like, these are not things that I just come up with. You know what? Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some CBD oil right now and I don't even know why I didn't before. Because I was like, I'm going to be fine.
I'm around people who take CBD oil
all the time. And I don't even need CBD oil because I'm fine.
And I frequently
even though I get on everybody's
nerves.
It doesn't even matter.
My husband will think of things and I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
And my daughter just said that I did what? And I'm like, what?
First of all,
I don't take any of that stuff. I don't take things
we know you don't.
Enhance my...
There's no enhancement. I'm not even going to go there with you today.
Enhance my calm.
I'm not even going to go there with you today. You know what? Hello. So I'm no longer on Prozac right now. And it was a bit of a mental struggle. It was kind of weird for a while, but I did it. And now I feel great. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about what I'm taking. Now, granted, I'm a psychiatrist, so I knew how to wean myself off of medication. You can't just stop an antidepressant like all of a sudden, because you can get really, really sick. You can get something called serotonin syndrome, and it kind of feels like the flu, but it can, it can be a medical emergency. Anyway, it was a little like I was off. So I did a lot of research when I was all like, oh my God, self-doubt and rah. And just so everyone is aware, that's really kind of why I took time away from doing the show, because I really just needed like usually I'm the person who'll be like, I'm just gonna push through it. But I was like, I'm not pushing through anything. Like I don't feel right and I'm just gonna lay down today.
All right. So the CBD oil that you just took, do you have a visual of that?
I do have a visual of it. I was
Do
going
you
to
want to
say,
share the visual?
what would you like to run this show, or would you like for
You
me
mean
to
as a
do it?
professional producer?
No, you don't
Or just
produce.
as your
You don't.
mother
You're not
said, right?
producing anything. You are a visitor. Okay. Anyway, look at this. It's full spectrum CBD oil tincture, and this is what I use. Here's the little bottle. There it is on the screen. You can get it from CB Distillery. You can get it from CB Distillery. There. I'm sorry. This is Hyro. I love you, but you can't have this right now. Okay. So I take this legit whenever it's called Relief and Relax. I take it. It helps with like muscle strains and pains. It helps with people getting on your nerves. It helps with like if you have like a stress headache. It doesn't make you tired, and there's no type of there's no type of psychoactive or high effect that you can get from it. So it's great. I got this. They ship all over the country. You can get it, I guess, wherever you can get CBD, whichever states you can get CBD. How long does CBD oil last in your system? CBD oil, you know what? That's a good question. I really do not know. I know about THC. I don't know about CBD, but I'm pretty sure it's about the same. I'm guessing for like 30 days. But you should probably look that up. I can't really look it up right now because I'm kind of doing this, but I'm going from memory. Okay, so the next thing, so let me back up. One of the reasons why I was taking Prozac is because I have something called premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which means that I can become very homicidal. What are you doing?
I'm looking up how long.
Oh, okay, I thought she was like texting somebody. What she doing?
Well,
I'm talking on my nerves. Anyway, so I used to take something similar to this before. This is vitex berry. And I got this off of Amazon. So vitex berry is also known as chaste berry, from the chaste tree. So this is from off of Amazon. I get these from off of Amazon. I take 2 of these a day. Basically, what vitex helps to maintain progesterone levels in your body, meaning that once you hit like ovulation, your progesterone levels will drop and your estrogen levels will rise. And so what I have discovered is just through doing a lot of reading and just my own experience, that estrogen rise is what drives me absolutely, like it's 2 weeks out of the year or 6 months of the year, I can be completely, really just it makes me feel completely imbalanced. Like sometimes I'm like, am I bipolar? Like what is wrong with me? Anyway, so I take 2 of these and they're great. And I take them every day in the morning. It's not like, oh, you take it like during the second part of your cycle or whatever. Like you take them every day and they really, really help.
But you're not recommending these.
What do you mean? You mean legally?
Yes.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not recommending them. I just take these.
Right.
Talk to your doctor and all of that. Okay. Excuse me. Talk to your doctor if you have a question about any medical issues that you may have. But like, this is what I use. Obviously, you're not me, but it's just, do the research like I did. Or talk to your doctor who can help you do the research.
And for however long CBD lasts in your system, After all this reading, they don't really know.
Well, that's why I said I don't really know. Hyro's asleep, by the way. She's so true. Okay, so now this is what I take every day. I also take something else every day that was recommended to me by the doctor, the OB-GYN who actually prescribed me Prozac in the first place. And this is something called Menstrual Care. It is on the screen for you guys to look at. I get this also from Amazon, but you can get, I mean, I also order from other places too, depending upon the price. So this OB-GYN recommended this to me. It has a lot, not a lot of, it has Ayurvedic herbs and spices. I'm just kidding, just herbs really. And it helps with, it says on the bottle, for pain associated with menstrual cycle. When I looked up some of the more specific ingredients, it helps with like digestion. Like the one thing I will say is that since I stopped Prozac and I have irritable bowel syndrome, my intestines have been a complete mess. So this is actually, I've been helping a bit, but it's just been a mess. It's just going to take some time for me to kind of like feel better in terms of that. Now that's what I take to basically not become homicidal. Okay. In any case, the last thing I want to tell you guys about is something called histamine block. Histamine block. There it is. It's on screen. This is also something I get from Amazon. So something that I discovered is that, you know how like, oh, you'd be like, oh, my period's about to come or whatever, or you're premenstrual and you get like swollen. And you also have like cravings for like salt or sugar or like, you know, carbs, like really, you know, dense carbs or whatever. And you get swollen. A lot of that, this is what I've researched. I can't give you any sources right now, but what I researched and found is that when your estrogen levels rise, it actually makes your body more histaminergic. So you know how like
Means what?
I'm about to explain that. So it's basically like when you have allergies, like seasonal allergies, and you get really tired, lethargic, and fatigued. You might like you see your face and your eyes kind of like get puffy and swell up. So before I eat anything that may have like too much, like too much sugar or too not salty, but like a little bit too like carb heavy, I'll take a couple of these, like 1 to 2 of these, and it actually helps. The last thing that I wanted to tell you.
How does it help?
It helps because it blocks histamine and estrogen, increased estrogen levels cause an increase in histamine.
Is a histamine block the same thing as an antihistamine?
No. So this is specifically a it's diamino oxidase. Diamino oxidase is what creates histamine, and diamino oxidase inhibitors is what's in histamine block. Okay, so
it prevents.
So if you have a high level of estrogen in your body, and you're already prone to like the effects of histamine, and you eat
meaning
something,
you're a person who's subject to allergies.
Not necessarily. You could. It's not necessarily seasonal allergies, but yes, you could be.
Okay.
So if you have, for example, I have irritable bowel syndrome, so there's a lot of swelling in my large intestine. If I eat something that is going to then further cause swelling, like white sugar, white flour, stuff like that, this actually blocks the histamine that would be activated by my body absorbing the byproducts of those foods. Does that make sense?
It does, but I feel like for the couple of years before you were conceived, I was on a cleanliness in eating the whole time.
Okay. Were you eating rice?
I was eating rice.
Yeah. See, I can't really eat rice.
But I wasn't eating all of the, I only ate chicken and fish. I ate a lot of, I was a Muslim. I ate a lot of bean products.
Sorry, let me just answer this question real quick. So Alicia, and to everybody else, so one of the reasons I really don't drink alcohol is because I get swollen when I drink. So if you want to, like, this is actually the stuff that it's sold under like a different brand name, but like the stuff that people can take if when they drink wine they get like headaches. It's the same
and
thing.
redness.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
So because a lot of Chinese people can't drink.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Because if they drink, they get super red.
Right, I'm saying they're the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just marketed under a different name.
So I wonder if, with all of the, again, when you were born, the extent to which,
first of all, when I was born, it was a Thursday. Okay.
Oh God. The extent to which there was cleanliness.
1975.
I
can't eat beans though, actually.
It's like, well, what if I had been eating all kinds of junk? What would you have become? I mean,
what would I
tried to eat cleanly.
An eternal. I would have been an eternal by now. I would have been eating beans and just throwing like buildings at people.
And I would like to blame this on your paternal side of the family, but I think my mother had some of these same issues. I didn't have any of that. All that stuff you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of that.
No, well, actually,
I didn't have swelling during menstruation. I don't get stress headaches. None of that. It's like,
this has been going on since I was like 12. And I just thought, I was like, well, I guess like everybody feels this way. Like, this is awful. Like, I remember staying home from school in 8th grade because I was like, I cannot like sit up straight because my cramps are like this. Right. And so I just thought everybody had to deal with it. And then I've discovered that I guess that's not, because people are like, oh, well, I go to the doctor, people are like, well, I mean, everybody, gets bloated and they get a little irritated. I'm like, no, I'm not to like strangle you.
And I didn't get bloated, and I stay irritated, but I didn't get bloated. I mean, that's what's so different.
Yeah,
I didn't have.
It doesn't make you high at all.
I don't have allergies.
It doesn't even taste like anything.
I don't have allergies and all that stuff. Well, not true. I don't have, what do you call it? Hay fever. I have seasonal allergies. I have penicillin and erythromycin allergies.
This is the other thing I wanted to tell you. Okay, so this is like the low. Okay, so if y'all want to like come lows, I'll tell you. So one of the things that I did research on was like I have been prescribed antidiuretics, not diuretics, because I do get swollen if I like eat a little bit of salt, like during like right before my period, but sometimes it doesn't work. Like I'll take it and I still won't like, like pee out extra water. Right. I'll still swell up. So I was doing some just, research, just Googling. And what I discovered, and it has this been tested or no, but there are a lot of female disorders that were only or like named a symptom cluster or a diagnosis after the fact. Fibromyalgia is one of them, which I have. Premenstrual dysphoric disorder is another one. Lupus. So apparently women have been taking Claritin as needed because, and I've done it and it worked. So for the past 2 weeks.
For your menstruation?
No, for like my body swells up. And I just take I'll just take like 10 milligrams of Claritin. I'll take 10 milligrams of Claritin in the morning.
And what does that do?
Like the swelling goes down.
Do you pee a lot?
No.
Oh, you just don't.
Right, because it's the histamine. And it just brings it. So sometimes I'm like, my face is so puffy and like that bloating. I'm not saying that I'm not bloated inside, but like today I went hiking, and when I was hiking, I was drinking a bunch of water beforehand. And my hands were getting swollen. And I came home and I took some Claritin, and then like 20 minutes later it went away.
So this is different than if you so Claritin, the antihistamine, right? You don't need the decongestant.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, right. You don't need the decongestant.
So no Claritin D.
Right. You just get regular loratadine, which is what I got from the drug. I didn't get like brand name Claritin. I just got regular CVS brand loratadine or Claritin. So all of those things I've been doing recently. The last thing that I didn't mention is that I have been like I don't know
Your
about my
joints?
oldest cousin, yeah, but the cousin right ahead, like she has rheumatoid arthritis, she said.
Who?
Lori.
Really?
And lately my my thumb knuckles,
Getting disjointed?
no, they just hurt. So I've been rubbing CBD balm on it.
Yeah. So about 5 years ago, so my hands, I don't have, any stuff,
Nails.
any of the knuckle
Can I
things,
wait?
joints.
Did you see my new nails?
I'm trying not to.
No, look at them. They're army green and they're matte. Look at this. Look at this. These are, hold on. Can you see them?
I'm not into this stuff.
But they're so nice.
Mm.
Whatever.
So
they're really nice though. Thank you.
About 5 years ago, this finger,
yeah,
my forefinger, the first joint started getting it looked like there was a bump on the side of it, right?
Right.
And the skin at that joint turned dark.
Oh.
And I was like, what is this? So I went to a doctor here in LA. Turned out he's a black doctor, a hand doctor. And I showed it to him and he said, oh, that's arthritis. And I said, what do you mean?
He said it's arthritis.
He said, you have arthritis in your finger.
Yeah.
I said, you understand that I'm a boomer and I'm not going to be satisfied with you telling me, oh, it's arthritis, and I
don't know what you want him to tell you.
You got to fix all this.
How are you going to fix some arthritis?
He said, well, you can't fix it. But here's what he did tell me.
What?
He told me to take Aleve.
Yeah, you said this, but that's
right. And my finger went down.
I mean,
that thing is gone and there is no discoloration. And then I started having GERD. And you told me it was from taking the Aleve. So the way I was taking it, as he told me, was take it twice a day, once in the morning, once at night, alternate weeks.
Yeah, I can't do that.
1 week on, 1 week off.
I gotta take it every day.
So I was doing that probably for about 4 years. And then I started having difficulty swallowing. And Imani said, Ma, that's because you're taking that Aleve. So I stopped. I haven't had the Aleve in about 2 months. None of this is bothering me. It didn't come back, and none of the above. So perhaps, and I asked him, what does that do? He said it reduces the inflammation.
Well, my arthritis is worse than yours.
Yeah, sure.
So I win that round. But that being said, those are all the things that I've been pretty much using. So, if you guys want to investigate, look.
But did all these things prompt you to stop taking Prozac?
What prompted me to stop taking Prozac is that I gained 10 pounds and my knee has been hurting since pretty much.
Oh, because of increased weight?
Maybe. But also, I think that because I was training the way that I was training at the gym right when the pandemic hit, and then I couldn't go to the gym for 2 months, the muscles around my knee were strong and were basically compensating for the joint issue. So now that I've actually been forcing myself, not come on, get up and do it, you're a loser, not like that, but I've just been making time to get out and go uphill. A lot. It has been helping my knee. But the one thing that I have to do now that I didn't have to do before is stretch.
So Prozac.
I was trying to stop Prozac because it was making me gain weight. It was interfering with something called thermogenesis, which is your body's ability to burn energy or burn fat. And I'm usually someone who sweats when they sleep. I usually wake up damp. That wasn't happening for a long time. It has been happening again recently, but since I stopped Prozac and since my hypothalamus, the gland in your brain that regulates body temperature and all that other stuff, that's back to working normally, because for some reason Prozac and other antidepressants can affect your hypothalamus,
Chills it out.
and so getting off of the medication chills it out. So now I actually the other thing that Prozac was doing was, like, I think it was interfering with my ability to understand, like, when I was full. So now, thank you, Alicia. Thank you for recognizing my nails, because somebody, you know who I look like today? Do you remember number one ladies at Detective Agency, the little maid who got mad at Jill Scott, and she was like, "This is my house."
That's the Will I Am hat.
I guess so. I mean, I'll allow that because he's Jamaican, but he's also British.
So
anyway, those are all the things that I do. I haven't lost weight, but I have gained a lot of muscle because I've been diligently working out.
So what I found out is that I was taking my thyroid medication along with the other things I have to take. And when I went to endocrinologist, he said, "No, you have to take thyroid medication on an empty stomach."
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
I thought they would have told you that.
I don't think I knew that. Well, I've been taking thyroid medication for probably 20 years.
Yeah, you got to take it as soon as you wake up in the morning with nothing.
Well, once I started doing that, I lost 10 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Not that I was trying to, okay, but it was just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But they kept having to regulate, to change the amount, the strength of the medication. And I'm only saying this because for those of you out there who might be on thyroid medications, and I think it's increasingly happening. Why? And we brought this up before. I brought this up before. When you go to the dentist and they put that apron on you,
you
to
take
X-rays, sometimes they don't lift up the flap. And then it turned out that however many years ago, she got mad at me because she said I didn't tell her that I had thyroid cancer. And nothing like that ran in my family. And it turns out that's where that comes from. But since that time, I've had to take thyroid medication, and I subsequently had my thyroid removed. But for those of you who are out there, you're supposed to take that on an empty stomach. That I never knew. But as soon as I started taking it on an empty stomach, my weight came down.
Oh, wait, hold up. There's Shaka Khan 70 Mills versus is on Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah. Shaka Khan and Stephanie Mills will hit the stage in LA for their very own versus battle on Thursday, November 18th. Both legends in the game. Many are excited to see the two duel off in what will sure to be a night of soulful classic music.
Shaka Khan and
okay.
So
okay. Thoughts. First of all, let me start. Both can, sing. Shaka Khan, no.
Over a long period of time.
Shaka Khan got them hits. Shaka Khan got
time.
Stephanie, listen.
I love Stephanie Mills.
First of all,
she's Jamaican.
Is she?
Absolutely. Stephanie Mills, that house we lived in Mount Vernon, the house
I know that was her parents' house. I didn't know she was Jamaican.
Her house,
okay, so look, you putting the rush on me. Home.
Her and Teddy.
Hold on. Yes. Two hearts are always better. Feel the fire.
Oh, that one.
Teddy. What else does Stephanie Mills have? I already did that. Putting a rush on me.
She had a bunch.
No, she had a bunch of hits.
But she didn't have a bunch like Shaka did.
I Feel Good All Over.
Mm-hmm.
That's Stephanie Mills.
Mm-hmm.
Peter told me he used to have a crush on Stephanie Mills. Putting a rush on me in that video. Because she had my unitard. She looked good though.
Okay, well that was a body thing.
No, yeah.
It's
okay. It's okay. I'm like, whatever.
She put on the unitard, so he would have a crush on her.
Exactly. I got unitard, so.
All right, well there you go.
Oh no, I don't. I'm gonna get me something else. So. Okay, Shaka Khan got dumb hits.
I think them sitting side by side
will be great. It's gonna be great.
But when we talk about the catalog
of
music, Shaka Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I mean, hopefully, I mean, I'm sure it'll be a situation. Like, I was very surprised.
Did you see the Rick James documentary?
No, I was very surprised at how, like, I was like Patti LaBelle versus last night. I was like Patti LaBelle, but
no,
that was an equal match.
Exactly.
I was like, oh my god, that was so good. Who played Rick James and Leon?
No, it was a documentary. It was Rick James playing Rick James, and his daughter was in it.
Leon wasn't in it. Leon will be in a biopic,
but they did do the I'm Rick James, bitch.
Well, when
they did that, they had the Charlie Murphy part in there. They had all that stuff in there.
Okay,
but the part that was really interesting when she must have been some from Middle Eastern descent or something. The chick who he married, who he went to jail after.
You know who's marrying him now, right?
Rick James is dead.
Do you know who's marrying her?
Oh, no.
Randomly? Why do I know?
One of the Jacksons?
No. Although, good choice. Good guess. No, I'm Darius from Family Matters. Blank, you don't even know.
I don't watch Family Matters.
I didn't either. But I mean, everyone knows who Darius is.
Is he black?
We're all black on Family Matters.
Wait, is that the Urkel?
No, Mom.
What's Family Matters?
Family Matters was the show that Urkel was on.
Yeah.
But Darius is not.
That's Urkel. What I'm saying. If that was the show.
Yes, that's
so that was the little friend.
Urkel was the friend. Darius was
the brother of the girl that Urkel loved. Yes. I know who he is.
Okay, I know who he is too.
Wow.
We used to go to the same gym a lot. So hi Darius, if you're watching.
He's marrying. She was quite hoish.
I mean,
in the documentary.
First of all, hey, bitch, let's go grab this other bitch and put her in the basement and make her smoke crack and lock her up. Okay, Rick James.
She had cigarette burns all over. They had the photo. Really?
That's what it said on Instagram.
That wife number 2 was quite hoish.
But she also looked like she kind of aged like a banana.
She looks bad.
Darius looks exactly the same. Look, because he's black. She
must have a bear trap.
I was like, who's your grandma?
Nope.
Yeah. So anyway.
No. But the part that was really interesting was the part they did about Tina Marie, who really was just a little she was whatever, and then she and Rick James got involved. But
isn't it interesting how so when you look at I was watching something recently. I'm not saying Tina Marie was busted. This is not what I'm saying.
In the early days, she was just a cute little white girl. Later on,
but I'm saying when she was supposedly cute,
yeah.
Like when I went back and looked at the video with a video. I just want Lover Girl with fresh eyes, and wow, did she look very basic?
Oh, she was very basic.
No, I mean
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean,
like
when she first joined him, she looked like a little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he also was messing with Linda Hamilton, who they basically
Terminator?
No, not Linda Hamilton. Sorry, Linda Blair, and they basically look the same, right? He's like, Linda Blair, Tinry or whatever. Yeah, that's that.
What was that show?
The Exorcist.
Oh yeah, The Exorcist.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
All right. So I want to tell you what I watched. And I have questions.
Is it black?
Of course it's black.
Is it something I know about?
Yes.
Is it bad?
No.
What did you watch?
Insecure.
Okay. I forgot about it.
Well, here's my question.
I watched the first 2 episodes, but
the dude with the barbershop.
Oh, light skin.
The yellow dude with the light eyes.
Light skin, right.
They had a gathering on the beach here in LA. Now, what I want to know is...
You talking about on the show or in real life?
On the show.
Okay.
What I want to know is... And it looked almost like being in Martha's Vineyard at the Inkwell.
Okay.
And I wanted to know if in your years...
Yeah.
Which are considerably younger than mine...
Right.
Do you know of those kinds of gatherings in LA of Black people on the beach? Hey, let's all meet
I'm
at
not
the
from
beach.
here, so I don't know.
Well, you are with somebody who's from here. Do they do that?
I don't know. Peter, do y'all like go to the beach and get together and
Do
kick
large
it?
numbers of Black people get together and go to the beach here?
Yeah. But how come you don't like the beach though?
It was fascinating. That's what I was going to ask you. That's like a whole.
I don't know.
That was like a whole.
We always have the beach.
When we went to the beach, you was like, I don't really go to the beach.
That's because I always have the beach. I'm from LA.
Well, this was on Insecure, and it looked like about 150 Black people were all gathered on the beach, and they were hanging out. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
You mean nobody called the police or anything?
No.
Wow.
Well, but here's how it ended, though. I mean,
the police called.
No. There was no police.
Okay.
But there was something seismic. There was an earthquake, and the lifeguard starts clearing them off the beach in case there's a tsunami. I'm like,
a tsunami
what?
Here
in LA?
I don't know. Y'all got tsunamis out here?
No, that would be we. Do we have tsunamis out here?
I mean, Peter, y'all got tsunamis out here?
No.
They just trying to get Black people off the beach.
That's what
Right.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what you.
I'm
When
like
you
a
said that they called
tsunami.
the police, I said no, but there was something seismic.
Well, all you got to do is say, "Oh, too much water," and Black people will leave. We will leave.
Nobody was in the water.
I know, no, but
they
it's
were
like
all-
the water about to come. Like,
they-
you know what?
they
It's
all-
time to
They had
go.
on the most beautiful, gorgeous, and stunning bathing suits.
Did they go to
and-
Moon Shadows?
What's Moon Shadows?
You ain't never been to Moon Shadows?
You know how old I am? What is Moon Shadows?
Moon Shadows is like, it's like a restaurant in Malibu. I mean, it's not.
That would be no.
Okay, first of all, it's very nice, but you know how like sometimes Black people will designate a restaurant as
That's
our
the
own.
place is the hangout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Moon Shadows.
No, but remember the restaurant I go to in Malibu is Paradise Cove, which take my grandson to on Saturday mornings. No, I don't have any nighttime hanging out. But
It's not nighttime.
oh, it's daytime hanging out?
Yeah, like you go to Moon Shadows and you know.
Never been. But I thought that when I saw that on Insecure, I was like, well, how is this
You
a
said
part of
Insecure.
the Insecure?
Insecure.
How is that a part of the culture out here that I never? Because in New York,
Well, I don't know. I didn't grow
Black
up out
people
here.
Black people would pick a spot, meet at XYZ spot on Reese Beach or meet at blah, 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 blah. That Black people would do that. But I never have heard of that happening out here. So anyway, it looked like it was cool. Did you see last week's episode with Lawrence being the
No,
baby daddy?
no. I mean,
That was really good.
I mean, I'm sure it was good. I like Insecure. I'm not saying that I don't like it. Like, I really, really do like the show. It's just that I think some of the stuff I'm like, gets on my nerves. I think some of the stuff reminds me of people I know. So I'm just like,
Right. It reminds me of people I know, but
I'm like, you know what? I'm
that
not
whole
watching this right now.
episode, Issa wasn't in it at all.
Right.
It was just
it
Lawrence.
was like the Lawrence. It was the Lawrence
It was the
episode
Lawrence
that they
episode.
always do.
And that was a struggle. The
Which-
baby and him living up north and
Mm-hmm.
what's her name? What's her name? The girlfriend.
I don't know. I don't know. You want the baby mom?
I can't remember her name. But
Something.
I mean, it was painful to watch. But
What? Because he had a co-parent or something?
he wanted to co-parent, but it couldn't work out. And the reason why it couldn't work out is he can't fly down from San Francisco every weekend.
Right.
And when he felt that he could do that and expressed that he would do that, then the time that he couldn't do that, everything fell apart because she was going to go get, relief. She's up with this baby all hours. And I watched it and I was like, okay, this is
Reality.
And this appears to be what happens when you're not really in love with a person and then you all have a baby.
Well, that's a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's
like the majority.
it was
of
very
people.
painful to watch because in my time, it isn't that children weren't born to
people who were
unmarried
married,
parents.
right? But they didn't really know each other like that,
Right. But not importantly, the distinction was that the mode was more often than not you were to be married.
right? And then
Today the mode is you don't need to be married,
right? Like, I don't need to be married.
and then you see watching that unfold, because I've never been in that situation. I became a single mother when you were 7.
yeah,
right? But up until then, he was ostensibly participating.
right.
That thing was, it was really painful to watch.
Yeah, well, Oh, so we didn't have the show last week, but so me and Idris and Peter went to the Wu-Tang show. We went to the Three Chambers tour with Jizza. This is an order of appearance. Jizza, Raekwon, and then of course Ghostface Killer. And so Idris was like, so Idris be in the house and he'd be like on the weekends, he'd be like, I'm gonna stay up till 2 o'clock. Wow, I'm gonna stay up till 2 o'clock, whatever. Da, da, da. So I was like, okay, boom, you want to stay, you want to be an adult? Like, let's be an adult. Like, let's get it in. So we went to go see Eternals. That was 3 hours long. It was good. I liked it. I was awake.
Eternals.
I really liked it.
I loved Eternals.
Then I was like, then we're gonna go home, eat real quick, drink some coffee, like adults do. And then we're gonna go back out because we gotta go to the Wu-Tang show. Okay, so first of all, it was amazing, but we had to leave early because somebody was tired. Not me. I was sweating.
Wait. You left because he was tired?
Yeah.
Sit his ass down in the chair and let him sleep in the chair till the concert's over.
First of all, this is what I said. So Peter was like, well, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "You can drive him home, and I'll take an Uber home." I was like, "I'm fine."
He could sleep in the chair.
Oh no, he was sleeping, but he was just like,
no, too bad.
No, right. That's how I felt.
Nope.
That's how I felt.
Well, if he was with grandma would have been like,
he was like, look,
curl up here. Here's
Raekwon
my jacket.
hadn't even come out yet. And he was like, I'm tired. I was like, you're going to have to wait this out because Raekwon has not come out yet. And neither has Ghostface.
That's only child shit. Nope. You wanted to come here.
Right.
We're enjoying music.
I was sweating. I was yelling.
Going to continue
singing all
to
the words.
enjoy music. Just curl yourself up in a ball in the chair. Listen to the tunes as you drift off to sleep, and we will wake you up and not leave you here.
So then look.
I wish you had told me. I'd have been like, let him sleep in the chair.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to text you from the show, all of that, but I told Roosevelt, he was like, I was like, I bought these tickets in July.
You know the first concert I took you to?
Yes, I do.
Which one was it?
We're not talking about that right now.
Because I'm just saying you have to train children.
But I was happy.
That's what I'm saying. You have to get them.
I was like, we're gonna go see.
We went and it was daytime, and you were 3 years old. And we took you, and you were all happy and stuff, and everybody was singing on the way out of the concert. So we trained you to understand that concert. This is a groove.
But wait. So we got there, right? So they had a DJ. And they had it, and so we got there. First of all, big up to the Novo Theater here in LA at LA Live, because they were like, this is the line to show us your vaccinations and ID.
Good.
This is the line. So you go there first. And then apparently, like Peter told me, there was like we were walking to the end of that line to get checked and get a wristband. There was a couple. And the girl, she didn't have her thing. And he was like, she's like, I'll wait in the car. He was like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
yeah, but I'm telling you.
But they sent an email. They was like, they sent this email. If I could find it, I would read it to y'all right now. It was like,
don't show up.
They were like, what if, like, it was like a freedom of questions. What if I have a ticket, but I don't want to get vaccinated? They were like, well, thank you for your interest in the show and the Novo Theater. We suggest that you find a reseller and sell your ticket because you are not coming in, period.
You know that place is owned by white people. That ain't owned by black folks.
They were like, well, what if I got a test, but my results aren't ready? They were like, well, we suggest that you sell your ticket because you are not getting into the show. So it was so funny, but they were like, even with Idris, I had his vaccine thing, but they were like, do you have an ID? I was like, for a 14-year-old?
He had his school ID.
No, he didn't. I had to pull up like a copy of a passport. Oh. They were not playing. So then you get in and then, whatever. So anyway, I say all this because there were DJs, right? And Idris was like, when's this start? I was like, oh my God. Then it started, and it was Three Chambers tour. So this is like the anniversary of Iron Man, Ghostface's first album. So Jizza did his entire album, Liquid Swords, which was great. Then Raekwon, yeah.
Wow.
Then when I was like, yay! So then Raekwon came out, and I was like, and then Ghostface came out, and like,
and when did you have to leave?
We left at about 10:45.
No. At what point in whose concert did you leave?
Well, they were doing a purple tape. They was doing Ghostface and Raekwon together, and I was just like, so they did. Okay, so Jesus like, I'm tired. I was like, we gonna have to wait enough, like some more songs, because I got to. So they did Black Jesus, and for real, I cried like 2 tears. That's my favorite. So I was like,
I wouldn't. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't care if you had come out of my body. I am not leaving the concert to take you home. Nope.
No, I told Peter, I was like, you can drive him back in the car and I'll take an Uber, because I'm like, I will. This is like real talk. That was my first Wu-Tang show, like ever.
Really?
I mean, I'd seen Method Man in college, but he was part of like this. I mean, it was real janky, but he did a great job. It wasn't his fault. Like it was just
so
like.
How much of the show did you miss?
Probably like a good half.
Hour?
Oh, probably yeah, a good hour. Yeah, I'm sure.
See, that's wrong. Nope.
And then, so then we left. We leave, right? Okay, so we go back. We get back in the car. I'm driving back, whatever. And then Peter was like, "Oh, like, I really want to get some In-N-Out." I was like, "Okay, well, we got
and
to
the
go."
line is 90 people.
No. I was like, "Okay, so we gonna go home, drop you off, and then you go In-N-Out because it's still open, because it was like 11." So
he woke up.
So then Idris was like, I want In-N-Out too. And then these two want to come up in here and have a whole conversation. I'm like, I was supposed to be at the concert.
Let me tell you something. This is advice from your mother. Don't let anybody.
And me and Ghostface was matching too.
Don't let anybody.
Our outfits were matching.
Don't let anybody pull you away from the concert. I mean, if a fight breaks out,
I'm saying
like that,
no. I'm saying,
story.
but this is why I brought it up. This is why I brought it up. So that was the weekend when all that Travis Scott stuff happened. Idris was like, I said, Idris, please.
Those people ain't at that concert.
I said, first of all, as somebody who has been moments from being squished
at the CCNY,
right? Like, I'm going
celebrity basketball,
right?
game,
Like that is a rarity.
Like
I made these tickets. I'm going like word, like yeah. I'm like, you're gonna be fine. So he was like, well, I like the DJs. And then we were leaving. You know what he said to me? He was like, which one is Ghostface? And I was like, I'm gonna throw you right off this balcony. I swear to God. I was like, every morning I drive you to school, and there's at least one Ghostface song playing with his face on a little square and on display. I was like,
we had house parties. I would have you attend the house party. You'd be right on the.
We had parties too. I was really surprised at his behavior.
You'd be right. I'm saying from this big.
Same.
You were dancing at our kneecaps in the middle of the party, and wasn't nobody going to tell me that put my daughter to bed. She got to be there because you got to learn how to jam. You got to learn how to jam. And you gotta learn how to have
you gotta
endurance.
push through the tire.
You gotta have endurance. You can't be walking away from that. Please.
You gotta push through the tire. And I mean, I wasn't mad. I mean, look, the only
Budweiser Superfest. Remember that one?
Of course I do.
And the Temptations came out, and the whole stadium was dark, and they had the lights come up.
Those were two separate concerts.
And they had the pictures of Otis Williams. Or was it Paul Williams? Whichever one had died.
All I'm saying is...
And you started sobbing.
Because they said he had died.
What's wrong? Because he died. I said, oh, it's okay. They have somebody. His brother's down there on stage singing. He is. Yeah, his brother's going to be down there. Don't you worry. But you needed to have trained him earlier. So now his first...
But he went to the Prince show. But you know what? He left early.
He went to the Prince show when he was 6.
No, he was 4.
4. And then I gave Irene all those tickets so she could bring all of her people. And I said, the only thing is that at 11 o'clock, you have to take him. He has to go home. So
but he left before then.
No, he didn't. They left at 11.
No, they didn't. They left earlier because he was tired.
Oh.
Yeah. So in any case,
You know what? I'm glad you told me this because I ain't ever taken him to no music.
no. I was like, you can't go with me to no concert no more. You can't go with me
But
to no
did you get the
concert.
tickets to Tyler the Creator?
I'm getting them tomorrow.
Because he and his two buddies, I mean, talk about harassment. That concert is in March of 2022, and he has to be there.
Well, and I'm going.
I know you're going,
And I'm like, and I
to
know
be the
all, and I'm like,
chaperone.
I know all those songs too. So
You know Tyler the Creator songs?
of course, I was playing Tyler the Creator when Reese was like, I mean, he may not remember it, but he was getting in the back because of the lyrics.
Oh,
He's like, what did he say? I was like, I know, it's weird. So anyway, I'm like, I'll be up in there too, saying all those, saying all the lyrics.
that
So
Travis Scott concert, I still don't understand.
why is everybody mad at him
9-year-olds,
now?
9-year-olds,
What?
10-year-olds in the concert. Why?
But why? Okay, so here's my thing.
I can tell you why everybody's mad at him.
Because
He used to jump into the crowd. He used to tell people, fuck security, y'all do what y'all gonna do. These was in old days at the concerts, which is why he got in trouble before.
right?
So what you've created is a culture of the people who attend your concerts expect to wild out. They're gonna wild
Right,
out.
but then there are people at the concert who work for the venue who
Yes.
were not doing their jobs.
Right. So let's consider this.
So I'm like, why?
There is no Astro World Festival without Travis Scott.
Sure.
He created it
Sure.
in
Okay.
his hometown.
And there's going to be no infrastructure at the show.
They put together whoever the traveling roving band.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. But that's not Travis Scott.
But Travis Scott hires all of that. He and what's the thing? Live Nation.
Right.
They put all that together.
Sure,
so
but that's,
he can't do no. I'm the creative.
I didn't say that.
I'm the creative, and so I don't know.
No,
about
I'm not
those
saying that at
things.
all. But what I'm saying is, logistically, if you are on this, I understand what you're saying. If you are on stage performing, right. What I heard was, well, you know, the audience members were saying, well, we were chanting, and this person, that person, and from what I understand, there were interactions with the staff, not Travis Scott, who was on stage.
There were interactions with the staff. Somebody went on stage, staff, and said into Travis Scott's ear.
Yeah.
Right. And he didn't know. Right.
Okay.
They're looking for that bit of information and to capture that. They probably got that on video.
Okay. But again,
let me just finish this. He did stop the show 2 or 3 times when he saw that we need an ambulance or we need somebody to go over there, right? But because there's a culture of that kind of behavior, if you were in a different kind of concert and you saw stuff like that happen once, twice, you would at least have to stop the show until we find out what's happening.
Yeah.
That's not, but they're suing him because he created a culture and an environment of wilding out. So that the extent to which it was happening, he was not aware of, but you've created this environment. Earlier in the day, hordes of people ran through the security fence, right? Okay. Nobody said, hey, y'all can't do that, right?
That's how it was at the Justin Timberlake concert. And I almost got into a fight with somebody.
I'm saying to you.
So I'm going to sue Justin Timberlake.
I'm saying to you that I come from a different generation. If I'm at a concert and people start acting like that, I'm out.
Right, exactly.
I'm out.
But then again, I also understand them not being able to get out.
But his audience is because there's more of that. That's a part of what he encourages at his concerts.
Well,
now the 9-year-old boy who was brain dead, he died.
Yeah, I mean, my only experience, it was a different scenario.
I don't know what a 9-year-old boy was doing there on his father's shoulders. No seats. They're in the whole standees. And when people pushed and the father fell, the little boy fell off his shoulders and got crushed.
Yeah, I don't.
What the hell?
I don't do general admission for stuff like that.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't take a child there. That's although I consider Travis Scott to be very goth rap.
But
that's very ungoth of him.
Back up to when I just said a moment ago that I took you to your first concert when you were 3. That was a whole different environment.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying concerts today are not conducted like concerts used to be.
Well,
Right? The
pause.
most you could do when you were 3 years old.
You weren't.
I was
going,
in my 20s.
You weren't going to the Woodstocks. You weren't going to those. This was a festival as opposed to a concert.
My point exactly.
Right.
Those kinds of festivals, right?
Yeah.
Woodstock happened, but I was not the kind of person
who
would take myself, and certainly not a child.
Of course.
Right? So everybody had a ticket and a seat, right? Everybody has a ticket and a seat. And so when you take a child into an environment, you got to determine, what's going to be safe, what's not going to be safe. In that case, if you listened to Travis Scott's music and you were a fan of his, what you knew was there was going to be some wilding out going in.
I don't know. I listen to Travis Scott's music.
If all of his concerts have included behaviors like not death,
no,
but wilding out.
Yeah.
Right. My point is that you wouldn't take a child.
No.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, the Wu concert was all ages actually. But I mean,
but everybody has a seat.
No, there was general admission on the floor.
But do their concerts involve them encouraging people to wild out?
I don't know if it's encouragement, but they definitely perform at festivals where people will stage dive and do all kinds of stuff. I mean I don't
know that stage diving is what.
Well, I mean, if you gonna jump off of somebody and try to land on me, that's disruptive.
But they're gonna do that. So if you stand there, it's like, oh, this is gonna be part of the fun.
But what's the difference between what's the difference between a person hurtling themselves at you and people being like squished?
The people who were squishing,
yeah,
as soon as they announced his name, they pushed forward to the stage.
But that's kind of that's a lot of concerts. I mean, I'm just saying, you've done more research than I have on this. I'm just saying, when I've seen Radiohead concerts on YouTube, when I've seen just very different types, that's when it's that type of a environment, like a festival environment, that's what people do.
Well,
but I don't go to festivals.
What I'm hoping,
because I don't like stuff like that.
What I'm hoping is that they change the behaviors, and if they're going to have festivals with general admission, okay, you have to have spotters. You have to have people in the crowd,
first and foremost,
who are going to be able to connect with security, connect with. This thing said there were only 2 people who could stop that concert, and the police chief, who's a brother, went to visit him right before the show started and said the energy out there is getting a little dangerous, but okay, right? They had over 100 Houston police officers there, but they weren't there for crowd control. They were there for narcotics and drugs.
First of all, should nobody be having no festival in Texas in the middle of COVID? But okay.
There's a whole bunch of shit people should be.
Yeah, I'm like energy being wrong or not. I'm like, y'all messed up.
I am all into music. I am all into live.
What you're not going to be doing is pushing me and jumping on top of me because you're going to get slapped and then I'm leaving.
I have my personal space. I got my personal space around me.
Yeah, there was a lot of personal
space. I don't put myself in the middle of shit where people are going to be in my personal space. I'm not doing that, and I can still enjoy live music.
It's after 6 o'clock.
So did we end? Okay. Did anybody ask any questions? Did we miss them?
No, we answered questions sufficiently. I'm gonna go, you guys. I hope you guys have a.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking to see how many people are watching this. I hope that you guys have a
wonderful week.
Nice week. Next week is Thanksgiving, and we will not be.
Why won't we be Monday?
No, we won't be having that on Monday.
Why?
Because Brandon already sent an email.
Oh, that's right. He did.
And it's a holiday, so we
Thursday is a holiday, not Monday.
Well, as somebody who is not forcing things right now, I'm for it.
Have a happy Turkey Day.
So have a happy Thanksgiving.
Have a happy family
and then
gatherings.
We'll see you in I guess December.
And when you're having your Thanksgiving dinner, although we don't do this anymore, Roosevelt used to make us all say what we are thankful for.
Oh yeah, Hiro's birthday is on the 28th. She'll be one.
Oh my.
Hiro sleep. Okay, you guys have a good
She never
night.
used to go to sleep in the show.
Okay, bye you guys.